Hey everyone, this is PrinceWatercress, and welcome back to Let's Play Sly 3 Honor Among Thieves for the Sony PlayStation 2. In the last episode, Bentley and Penelope found some treasure. After scanning the area using one of Penelope's inventions, we had to get that invention rebuilt somewhat and scan the data off of it in order to find out where that treasure was. And even after we found out where that treasure was, we still had to fight some goons, and we had to help Penelope back to the safe house when she got blinded by some sort of powder. After that, we had to go to the Jollyboats. This is the part where we go to the Jollyboats. So, now that we have a gadget to buy for Murray, which is the only thing we have left, we might as well go ahead and buy the Diablo Fire Slam. And then get to the Jollyboat as Murray. So, Diablo Fire Slam works a little differently than I expected. Use while carrying an enemy to create a deadly firestorm. What this does is, you have to get an enemy up after you knock him in the air. Just grab him, and then use the assigned button to slam him down into the ground. This is basically an insta-kill move. And if anybody just happens to be close enough to you, when you do it, you'll be able to defeat them as well. And I have attracted too much attention to myself, so we need to get up a building somewhere. And thankfully that was the best spot to do it, especially since we're now quite a bit closer to where we really need to be. And I will go ahead and get the health that is over here and try to get up to that rooftop and fail. But thankfully I can just get up to this ship if I know what I'm doing. Oh, no, we have to go over to this harbor and get to this ship. Then we can start the mission.
Okay, Murray, I need you and Sly to blast the rudders off all the galleons in port. With their boats disabled, the pirates won't be able to chase after us when we sail for Dagger Island.
What about those boats out there at anchor? They look ripe for a breaking.
Don't worry about it. The pirates won't have time to row out and get them rigged before we're gone. Besides, once you start shooting at those rudders, the harbor patrol is sure to show up.
That sounds like a job for a man of my many destructive habits.
You said it. Take out the harbor patrol, and there'll be no one left to chase after us when we appropriate a pirate boat. It looks like Sly's done unlocking the Jollyboat. Good luck, sailor.
And we automatically get on the boat, and once we do...
Okay, boys, Murray rows and Sly mans the cannon. Hold down the R1 button to charge the shot and shoot farther. Let go when you want to fire.
we learn how to use the controls. Square is reverse, X moves you forward, just like earlier in the game, and you can use R1 to fire. Now, when you use R1 to fire, you'll get this red circle that you'll have to use to gauge the...
Nice going, guys. You're really working as a team. That boat's not setting sail anytime soon.
You'll get this red circle that is used to gauge the distance of your shot. Let go of the R1 button after holding it when the circle is right where you want, and you should be able to take out all these cannons. And the rudders. And if you know what you're doing, you can get through here with very minimal damage. Hopefully. I am doing this really badly now, because I'm trying to do this and explain stuff at the same time. I may end up losing a life here, but that will be alright as long as I get the 4th and last rudder. Okay, it won't be all fine, because I didn't get the 4th and last rudder, which means we're going to have to destroy all these things again. Thankfully, we now have a fresh boat and a fresh helping of health.
Working as a team. That boat's not setting sail anytime soon.
And if we can just destroy these boats... I can't believe that still hit. That was awful. As long as we can destroy these boats that are shooting at us, we should be able to stand a chance. That's the hope anyway. Now, we can hit that. Got a little more health this time around, so let's go ahead and hit the boat that is further away. Figure out how rowing in reverse works. And then try to shoot down all these. Which I am having a terrible time doing without getting shot myself. Oh, I have to get rid of all the boats before I can hit the rudder. That's something. And I was too far away. Should be able to do it now, though. Perfect.
You guys are doing great, but it's time to bump it up a notch. The harbor patrol has arrived.
They look pretty well armored. Is this cannon gonna cut it?
You're right, Sly. Murray needs to ram them with your Jollyboat to knock off the armor.
All right! I'm tired of dodging cannonballs. Time to crack some skulls, Jollyboat style.
Once Murray has knocked off the armor, you'll need to sink him with a well-placed cannonball.
Run in fear, Harbor Patrol sissies! I'm gonna ram you into next week. Yarr!
So for these guys, we need to use L3 to figure out where these guys are at and then ram into them.
He's down to wood.
Nice shot, Sly!
Once we ram into them, we take out the armor.
Armor's gone.
Sly, you're
From
on
there,
fire.
we can charge up the cannon,
He's clean, ready to shoot.
and we can take them out.
Nice. The armor's gone.
The sooner you charge up the cannon after hitting these guys, the better. Because if you do that as soon as you ram, there's no way they're going to survive the onslaught.
The team of excellence, Murray and his faithful gunner Sly, kick butt yet again.
Sorry guys. I wasn't aware the harbor patrol had a cutter. You're not done yet. Gads, that thing is massive.
Everything has a weak point. Just look at the mast. They've been patching it up for a while now.
Sly's right. That mast will fall before our combined mightitude. No matter how many cannons they bring to bear, we will bear it.
Not to sound like a wimp, but I vote we dodge their cannonballs.
Or we can dodge. That works too.
And now we need to take care of the support beam, take out the mast at the center of the ship, while doing this at a good enough distance while also not being blasted by the cannons that are on said ship. So we need to keep a fair distance away if we want to do this, and I am not as close as I thought I was going to be. And I managed to get a second shot just by staying close and somehow having the cannons just fire right over me. If you know what you're doing, you can get 2 shots per chance that you have at the front of the boat. Of course, you kind of have to know what you're doing, too. And the more damage you do to these, due to the mast, the more the boat that's going to be on fire. So, you want to make sure that your aim is good when you're doing this. I can't believe I got hit there. That was terrible. I can't believe I got hit there too, but thankfully, when you get to a new section of the whole Jollyboat shooting extravaganza, you do get a checkpoint of sorts. So at least the game is as fair as always in that regard. And I should have switched directions on the left analog stick when I decided to go in reverse there. Oh well. Maybe I can get on the other side of the ship and then try my luck there. Ooh, I'm still gonna need some distance. Still gonna need some distance. Alright. Time to try this again. And that time I got a good direct hit. Don't know if these things are hitting it or not just because I'm just turning and running. I'm not hitting anything at all, to be quite honest. I don't think many of those actually hit the mast. You can't just hit any part of the ship. You gotta hit the mast. Thankfully, as long as I can see the red circle against the mast of the ship itself, I should be able to hit this thing. And how I am not getting shot, I have no idea. And I am not... There we go.
Team Excellence does it again. Nice shooting, sidekick.
Hey, we would have been sunk without your rowing.
When you guys are done making out, I'll see you back at the safe house. Sheesh.
And with that taken care of, we can go back to the safe house because we need to switch the Sly to get over to that crow's nest up there. This will start our next mission known as X Marks the Spot. Wish I knew the names of all the missions offhand. Sadly, I don't have a Sly 3 player's guide like I did with Sly 2 when it comes to making the blog entries for these so far in advance, but well, at least there's game facts for that. And now I need to just get to the safe house and not get shot. Where is the safe house? There it is. Trying to do without getting blown to pieces here. There is the ramp. And as much as I would like to take some of the coins from these enemies as Murray, I'd much rather do it as Sly anyway. So now that we've got all of the abilities bought, we don't have to worry about buying the abilities anymore. We can just go ahead and get over to where we need to as Sly. Thankfully, that's pretty easy. All you have to do is just climb up these ropes, and you'll get up there.
Okay, Sly, time for the main event.
I've been looking forward to this. Every thief dreams of one day stealing a pirate ship. I don't know what it is, but it's like a total rite of passage. This is gonna be great.
As you'll be the first on board, you might want to keep your enthusiasm quiet. If the Night Watch detects you, this whole place is going to get lit up with guards. The rest of the team won't stand a chance.
Come on, pal. This is me you're talking to. I'm like a 4th degree black belt at this kind of stuff.
Murray will meet you at the Jollyboat, but remember, keep it quiet.
Okay.
Alright, so we just need to float all the way over to here, and we should be able to get to the Jollyboat. Thank you so much, Paraglider.
Looks like they mined the harbor after our last boat trip. Must have really spooked these guys.
All we need to do is just get to the ship
Take these guys out and keep it quiet.
and work our magic. Do these guys still have the shiny pockets? Because I saw the shiny pockets in the... Yes. I still saw the shiny part. Really? Okay. Oh, right. This is a hook. Let us go ahead and use the hook. I forgot how to do this for a moment. Now you gotta get to the hook at the top of the rope there. And then we can steal from these guys if we want to, and then get rid of them. If you make noise, you're going to fail this. This is way too easy to do, but also way too easy to foul up. So don't foul this up. And I'm going to wait for this guy to turn around. Oh, they all have shiny pockets. This is brilliant. Not that I will ever need to buy abilities again, because the ones that we just bought, especially Diablo Fire Slam, the last ones.
Okay, guys, the coast is clear. Come on up.
Roger. I'll start rowing people over. Okay, the rest of the gang is below deck. Let's fire this puppy up.
Once we raise the sails and get underway, it won't be long before someone on shore raises an alarm.
No problem. We wasted that harbor patrol. The coast is clear.
You guys did a great job, but they still have cannons mounted up in Skull Keep. I figure it's long odds they get gun crews into position before we're out of range, but it's worth mentioning.
Then let's make full sail for the mouth of the harbor. If you guys are ready, I say we do it now. Every second we dilly-dally just puts us at more risk.
Agreed.
Murray, take up the anchor. Bentley, get down below deck and adjust the ballast. I'll hoist the sails and get this thing moving.
Okay, Sly, you're in command. Sailing is easy. Hold down on the L2 button to turn left and the R2 button to turn right.
Rather self-explanatory. We just need to get out in the open sea, and we'll be out of here. Shouldn't be long. By the way, you do have damage gauges on the upper left-hand corner.
We're almost out of range.
One on the left for the left side of the ship, and one on the right for the right side of the ship. And of course, you have cannons you can fire too.
Excellent. We've made it into open water.
And once we're on the ship, we won't be back here for quite a while.
Sly, keep using the L2 button and R2 button to steer the ship. The wind around this archipelago consistently blows from the south. Maintain a good angle, or we won't be going anywhere fast. I've marked Dagger Island on the sea chart. Click the right analog stick to bring it up and get your bearings.
You can also use triangle, square, or X to look at the sea chart as well. The graphic of the ship is where we are at currently, our current location, as well as which direction we are facing. Remember, it's the pointy side of the ship that dictates where we're headed. And that flashing X is where we need to go. In that case, it's the marker for X marks the spot, the next mission in all of this. And of course, you still use L2 and R2 to get moving on the ship. And if I can get away from the shore there, I can speed up a little bit. There we go. You will find chests throughout your voyage. Run into them and you will get some gold. Not like I'm really going to need it at this point, because again, I think I've bought all of the abilities. Like, the ones we bought before setting sail were the last ones. And, oh dear. Well, we can hit this while we're turning around. No big deal. And we can face this direction. Once we hit the shore, we'll start the next mission.
You're the captain. Turn our boat to give him a broadside with the cannons. If you fire at them from the front or behind, our cannonballs will do tons more damage as they travel the length of the enemy ship.
Of course,
Thunder cannon.
we got some resistance when we got to the island. And now we have to use L2 and R2 to turn the ship and hopefully fire the cannons with circle.
Has fallen and their boarding nets are down. Pull up alongside and jump aboard the enemy vessel. There's sure to be treasure. Or just give her another broadside and sink her to the bottom of the ocean.
And I'm gonna get on.
Defeat the enemy captain, and the other pirates are sure to surrender.
So, you turn with L2 and R2, and you fire the cannons with circle once you're near the cannons. And from there, you can either destroy the ship,
We're close to Dagger Island. Drop anchor near the beach.
and from there, you can either destroy the ship with your cannons, or you can get close to the ship, jump onto it to board it, and then fight the captain for some treasure. I usually jump onto the ship and fight the captain for some treasure. The captain is usually just an oversized version of the regular non-flashlight enemies that we've been seeing throughout this episode so far. And yeah, I'm gonna break that chest real quick. There will also be some other chests that will heal your ship, because you will be doing quite a bit of combat in this part of the episode, but I'll explain them when the time comes. For now, get on the beach where the X on the sea chart is, and you will start the next part of X marks the spot.
You've got the map, Sly. Select it as a power-up and read its clues to find the treasure. I believe the first clue is stand before the statue's gaze to begin your walk along the treasure's maze.
And we already have the treasure map power-up assigned to a button. In this case, it's been automatically assigned to R1, which means I no longer have the smoke bomb equipped, and we're going to need it. We will need this. Follow the trail to find buried treasure. Press the assigned button to bring up the treasure map, and that's exactly what we're going to do. Stand before the statue's gaze to begin your walk along the treasure's maze. Well, we're going to have to explore the island first in order to find a statue of any given kind. And as we do this, we will have to deal with more enemies. And we will have to take them down if we have, or if we are to have, any hope of finding the treasure that Captain LeFwee
Or pirates.
hid.
They must have a ship anchored on the other side of the island. Stay clear if you can. No telling how many are on shore.
Definitely want to be careful about the enemies. Good thing we have silent obliteration, and we're doing this rather carefully. And as much as I would like to go over there, I don't want to go over there. And you also want to watch out for the crocodiles too, because they will chow down on you.
Home to some nearsighted lizards. They can't see very far ahead, but they'll bite you in half given a chance.
So you really don't want to get in front of those crocodiles, because you will get hurt if you do. Okay. Yeah, there's one guy right there. And we need to hightail it up the tree there. And we should be able to get over here now. There is the statue. Let's get rid of this guy first, because he's going to be an absolute pain if we don't do that. I was trying to not... Oh dear. Now he's got his guys going after us. And now there is a whole slew of these guys. Well, it's a good thing we have the spin ability. It'll make it a little easier to get rid of these guys. Hopefully. If we can keep away from them. And there we go. And of course, if we want to, we can also destroy the tents for some gold, but We don't really need to do that. Let's just stand right here.
This is it. Follow the rest of the clues on the map to find the treasure.
And once we hold down L1 to use the treasure map, or whatever button the treasure map is assigned to, we can get another clue. Take ye 12 paces in the direction of the statue's gaze. We have to be facing the same direction that the statue's looking, and then take 1 pace. To take a pace, press square. Not square. X. You press X. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7,
When you've
8.
got the right number of paces, stop and hit the circle button to get the next clue.
9, 10, 11, 12. 12 paces, press circle.
Great. If you need to leave map mode for a while, don't worry about it. You just marked an X on the ground, which will make it easy to come back and pick up where you left off.
And from here, we have another clue, and we can always use the map to get back to where we need to go. Apparently, all those guys have respawned, especially the guy near the statue. And from here, if we ever have to leave map mode, again, as Bentley said, it's no big deal. We can always look for where the X's were, and then we can get back to it. You can also see the X and the paces outside of map mode as well. Like so. So now, X always marks the spot, shipmate. Find the X and take ye 6 paces towards it. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
While in map mode, you can use the right analog stick to scan your immediate area. It might be helpful to find this circle of palm trees mentioned in the clue.
And if we hold down on the right analog stick, we'll find the circle of palm trees. Move ye 18 paces until the circle of palm trees. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And thankfully, while we are standing here, we are safe from the alligators. Take 16 paces to pass between 2 great stones. Like a ship at sail, avoid the rocks. So we need to use the left analog stick while holding L1 to pick one of 8 directions and then aim towards it. The little blue triangle there at the center of the half circle dictates which direction you're going. And by pressing X, you'll go in the direction that the blue triangle is pointing. So we need to take 16 paces. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Looks like you'll need to leave map mode to solve this clue. Look around like normal with the right analog stick for this island with 3 palm trees. When you find it, bring up map mode again, and your direction marker will be pointing in the same direction.
And these crocodiles are very nearsighted. You have to be like right in front of them for them to eat you, apparently. Anyway, look at the sea and spot a rock with 3 palm trees. Make 13 paces in its direction and get your feet sandy. So obviously we have to get on the beach. And right there, right ahead of us, if we exit map mode, right there in the center of the screen is an island with 3 palm trees. Before I do that, though, there's a thing that I want to do. I need this guy out of my way right now. And apparently I have to go back to where the... There it is. And now you're here. I cannot have you here. But at least I will take your stuff, though. Because I can. Yoink. And I add a large diamond. Beautiful. Alright. Time to get back on the clue. We need to go that way, because that is where the island with the 3 palm trees are. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Next clue. Not all ships meet a happy end, but follow where they point is what you must do for 6 paces. That ship is pointing north. We go north for 6 paces. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. SOS.
Grandpapa's treasure! Hold the beat, bro! I come to help you dig. Dig?
We're all coming, Sly! This is too cool!
Well, Dimitri, it's your loot. I think you should have the honor.
I open with joy. You Cooper gang is a tight groove. Van Gogh bullseye. The primo diving gear to accentuate my deep down diving style.
It's so intricate. Your grandfather was an artist. I've never seen such fine craftsmanship.
He had the juice. Check it. The gear even matches my suit. I can dance, dive, and accessorize.
What else is in this chest?
Aye. Let's get a good look. Avast, lubbers! Didn't think you could steal from the smartest man on the 7 seas and not taste the repercussions. Ha ha ha! I might have been late for the opening of the chest, but I'm just on time for the stealing of the gold.
Let Penelope go. We can work out a deal.
Penelope be the lass's name. Purty as a sonnet, and what a rich sweet scent from the wench's hair.
Let's thump this chump!
No, he'll hurt her. This guy's a killer.
Aye, you sum me up with but a word. Killer. Away with ye. Back to your ship. This gold is mine now, or her death is yours. Take your choice.
Guys, we don't have any options here. Everyone back to the ship.
You can't just abandon me. Help! Please! I'm so scared.
Penelope, do what he says. Stay alive. We will save you.
I trust you.
And I trust you still plan on logging back to your ship. Away with ye. Now!
And with that, it's time for day 2.
Clearly, the only goal at this point is saving our teammate and friend, Penelope. LeFwee's ship, the Death's Head, has sailed back to Bloodbath Bay with her on board as captain. Things look grim. There's no way we'll be able to sneak into the harbor. Even the backside of the island is inaccessible due to reefs. To put it plainly, we're in for a fight. LeFwee is an intelligent opponent, and we'll need to do everything in our power to stack the odds in our favor. First, we'll put Dimitri's new diving gear to use by salvaging some weapons from a nearby shipwreck. We'll need the extra firepower to deal any kind of damage to the armor-enforced Death's Head. It'll also come in handy for our second objective, destroying the Red Sail Sea Dog clan. They're a fleet of mercenaries on LeFwee's books. We need to surprise them now while they hunt for us in small groups. If they ever attacked in unison, there's no way we'd make it out alive. And finally, we'll set sail for the misty waters inhabited by a sea monster the pirates call Crusher. Reports on Crusher are sketchy, but we might learn something by analyzing its technique. I know for a fact that all of LeFwee's men fear it. An impressive and useful trait, given our current situation.
And that starts day 2. What I assume is day 2, or at least part 2 of this. So now that we're in the ship, we have 2 choices. We either play as Sly and pilot the ship. We steer the ship to where we need to go. Or we can go to ThiefNet to try to buy the last of the abilities that we have yet to buy. Of course, if we go to ThiefNet now, we're not going to get anything. We've gotten all of the gadgets in the game. So all that we can really do now is play as Sly. But once we play as Sly, we can't go and get the abilities, assuming we still have any abilities left to buy, unless we save, reload, and then go to ThiefNet from there before heading out onto the seas again. But thankfully, because I bought all the abilities before I commandeered the ship, there's nothing to really worry about. So, all we really have to do now is get on the high seas as Sly, get to places, do things, and hopefully survive cannon battles with other ships that happen to be part of Captain LeFwee's fleet. We did meet Captain LeFwee earlier, by the way. He now has Penelope as a hostage. And we're going to have to do all that and save Penelope, but that will have to wait until the next video. So join me next time where we finally do some high seas havoc. Until then, this is PrinceWatercress. Take care, stay safe, and thanks for watching!